St. Jude is an incredible place. Every time I walk through those halls and see those kids and the patients and the care that they're given, it's hard to put into words how special the place is.
I was just blown away at the positivity and the energy of the place. I can't say enough good things about it. I just was blown away.
The tablet, like a little tablet?
For the families to be able to focus on their children, they don't receive a bill or anything. Everything's taken care of, their flights from their families, the medicine that they need, the chemo treatments, you name it. St. Jude provides that and takes care of it all.
As a parent, the only thing you should worry about is your son or your daughter. And that was the thing that like I said, I'm a parent now, I'm getting off, but that was the thing that impressed me the most.
You like dirt bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. They're fun.
When you're growing up in our sport and in our world, it's a very family-oriented environment. And that's like what St. Jude is, you know, it's everybody's out to help each other. And so I think that's the really cool thing, and I think it brings that unity and closeness of our environment even more so together and makes it stronger.
Whatever you want, yeah.
With every new step that Supercross and St. Jude take together, it just opens my eyes to how wonderful St. Jude is, and looking forward to a long relationship with them.
And there they are. This shirt saves lives. Joining us now, Ryan Dungey. Excited to see you. Know when the calendar comes out every year, I always look and see when Minneapolis is, because that's when I know we'll get a chance to talk to you and get a chance to talk about St. Jude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's definitely good. Always a treat to have the Supercross come back to the home state and check it all out, and especially with all that we're doing with St. Jude, as you just saw. So definitely really special.
Something this year, Ryan, in 2019, the Feld Motorsports group got together with you again, and last year we did it, but it was only for like 4 rounds. Now it's 11 rounds. You get an opportunity to get this same shirt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think last year was the way it all kind of came about was really quick and hurry up and get it done, but at the same time, it was really successful. We had a great year, especially with the support from the industry, the Feld Motorsports, the promoters of Supercross, and everybody getting behind it was just incredible. The riders even, and so I think coming through the second year to do it again and try to, you know, everybody's more aware of it. Everybody's been really pushing it and getting behind it and supporting it. So we had an event last night. A little reception, went really well, but it's definitely cool to just see that industry and the unity that it brings, and ultimately raising money for these kids at St. Jude and help save lives.
Obviously, you say how it's building too this year and growing. It's because we've seen what it can do and the impact that we've been able to have with this partnership. And just take us through the process kind of getting this started. I know we ask you every year, and how you started this thing and how we've seen it grow each and every year, again, to 11 races this year, and just obviously it's the success that we're having in this partnership.
No, absolutely. You know, dating back to 2009, I got an opportunity to visit the hospital down in Memphis, and it was just an incredible experience, you know, just to be able to learn more about what they're all doing there, the research, and how good of hands the kids really are in and helping them get better. But and even going forward to meeting the kids, you know, just to see their courage and how brave they were and so forth. But I said right then and there, it's like this is the place we got to support and move forward and help. But from then we were able to start a St. Jude ride and 5K run, which has been going on for 7-8 years now, and then so that for that to transition into the sport and all the riders get behind it, the Feld Motorsports, and it just has taken off like wildfire. And I couldn't have imagined that ever happening, but with it all moving forward and moving in the right direction, it's good to see it all growing and ultimately just everybody getting behind it and supporting and raising a lot of money for a good cause.
It all goes back to the kids too, and let's talk about one of them. Gabe Sharp is someone that you had an opportunity to meet, and he's actually joining you here tonight in opening ceremonies.
Yeah, he is. You know, I went down to St. Jude to visit everybody and see it all again and learn more. And it just so happened that Gabe, who grew up riding a KTM 50, we were there, and all of a sudden we were just getting ready to leave, and we get this call from this lady like, "Hey, Wade, there's a fan who wants to meet you. He's a patient here at the hospital." And we're like, "Oh yeah, no problem. We'll wait." And sure enough, I met Gabe, and it couldn't have worked out better. Just so happened Feld was down there at the same time, checking it all out, touring the hospital and learning more about it as well. And we had a meeting. We're sitting like, after meeting Gabe, it's like we got to really do something special to get him to a race. And so here we are now. Gabe's here with us in Minneapolis, and all day yesterday we hung out, watched press day, got to see all the guys practice, and obviously he loves it, you know, being a motocross fan. And tonight we have some good stuff planned for opening ceremonies for him. So he's just he's been a really he's been a champion. The guy's been incredible and super tough and strong, and an inspiration.
You know, you also have, you know, coming up for a lot of people listening, if they want to do the bike ride after Millville, Minnesota on that Sunday, how can they support you? I know you're looking for some sponsors for that also. What website would they go to?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always looking for support. But, you know, for the ride that we do, it's basically the Sunday after Millville every time, you know, so we pretty much the guys race Saturday. You get to check out Millville and everything, and then Sunday we have our event in Hastings, Minnesota, and it's a pretty much you can do a 20-mile ride, 40-mile ride, 60-mile ride, or a 5K run, and it's just tons of great activities, a lot of good time, a lot of good people, and ultimately stjude.org/supercross. You can get through it, check it out there. But for sure, we're looking for sponsorship. We're looking for people to get behind and support. And if you live here in Minnesota, we'd love to have you. You know, and we try to make it accessible where if, you know, you don't have a bicycle or you're not a big cyclist, well, you can get a pair of shoes and an outfit and join us. It's really simple, but ultimately just trying to spread that awareness and keep raising.
You know who's going to be there on the bicycle?
I hope you.
I might, but Shay Murphy, she said if you get her a bicycle, she's going to do the 60-mile ride. Yeah. And if Shay does it, I'll do it.
All right. Well,
you heard it right here.
Over there. Well.
All right. Well, we're going to confirm and make sure this all happens. Jim commits to some things, though. He likes to back out.
Oh, no, I don't back.
Supercross, he's backing out of.
I rode last year, Amateur Day in Phoenix. I didn't back out.
All right. So you'll be there, 60 miles.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Ryan.
If Shay's there, I'm there.
Okay. If Shay's there, Jim is there. And Ryan, let's talk about this building in general. You've had memorable moments here. Let's take it back 1 year. The ring ceremony, getting your championship ring. I mean, just take us through that night. Obviously, Vikings colors on, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's Minneapolis. Growing up here, especially just being a kid dreaming to be a Supercross rider one day, you know, Minneapolis has definitely been really good to us. And I even dated back to when I got to race the KTM Junior Supercross in the old Metrodome. And,
right.
And so that was an amazing experience. And then getting to race there as a professional was something else, and something that even with the crowd, how loud it was that night in 13. But yeah, so being able to race in this brand new stadium, and last year getting the ring, getting it presented here in the home state, I mean, what a dream come true. But I was, even in looking back at that, I was pretty mixed on, like, man, should I come back racing? Like, I miss it. And I was just in that point where you're like, that transition. It's tough to move on. But now, a year later, I think.
Yeah, let's say, where are you now?
Much better now. You know, life has developed good and transitioned good. And so it's definitely just good to be here. I love it. I mean, I'm a fan of it. I you know, racing it all these years, even coming to the stadium this morning, I'm thinking, man, I'm kind of excited, you know, like it was when I was a kid. So, yeah, it's definitely special.
Well, you've definitely come full circle. You're a great ambassador for Supercross. You know, you started out your career racing amateur here, then you got an opportunity in the old Metrodome to race KTM. I remember when I was calling one of the races with you in Villapoto. I think that was back in 2013.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, I thought the roof was going to explode with all the fans happy you won that one and everything, and then to come back here and show the fans where you got your ring presented to you and everything. But I think you've done it the right way. I mean, you've won 4 Supercross championships, numerous outdoors, and it's time to close the book and move into something else. You're going to be a father coming up now. You're married, everything, so it's time.
Yeah, no, there's so much good, you know, as long as you allow yourself to enjoy what's next. But at the same time, I'm really fortunate. You know, even the people, the support that I've gotten from the people here in Minnesota has been incredible. I feel like everybody, no matter who you are within the industry and the sport of Minnesota, they've always been there for you. They've always been supportive and helping. So it's cool to see you're not just seeing a few riders out of Minnesota. There's multiple guys making it to the professional level out of Minnesota, which 10, 15 years ago, you didn't really see much of that. You know, there's only a few guys at that point. So that's encouraging.
One of the guys we'll get to talk to, Henry Miller. He's going to be next on the show. He's from Minnesota. Got the Martin brothers. Alex making his 250 debut of the season. And Ryan, last thing on St. Jude. Any future plans with them? I mean, is this a long-term partnership with you? Is this just year by year, just figuring out how you can grow this thing, bring the awareness for as long as you can?
Well, for me, it's a long-term partnership. You know, I feel that it's the same with them. You know, we want to do great things. I think right now the focus is the campaign with This Shirt Saves Lives. You know, keep growing that. And in the industry, but also the event. That's something that really means a lot to me. Obviously, it started in memory of my grandmother, who I lost to cancer, and so ultimately just trying to grow that and keep building that up, and hopefully making that the ride of choice in Minnesota. You know, something that's really great and really big, and there's a lot of great people behind it with the committee and good people that are trying to do so. So we'll try to keep putting our efforts towards that and try to do some good.
You know, you'd mentioned the, you know, Martin brothers, Alex Martin making his debut here again. I mean, not his debut, but starting the East Coast there. But a couple guys that I wanted to ask you, Ryan, if they were instrumental in you, Tommy Benolkin, one of them when I was riding, and also Donnie Schmidt.
Oh, absolutely. You know, by the time I started racing, I think I was about 7 or 8, and Donnie had already passed away. But even today, I still hear memories from him, and even I remember when I turned pro, I read up a lot about him, and I just found a ton of motivation how he lived his life and how he never let an opportunity pass by. You know, you got to make the most of life, and I always never forget that. And even too, I met his dad too, and I always see him at Millville every single year, and we always catch up, and so that to me is really special. As well as a lot of the riders who, you know, that grew up racing in Minnesota, a lot of good friends who I live close to and get to see each and every year. And so, yeah, it's awesome. It's special.
Well, Ryan, I want to thank you for joining us on Race Day Live. And again, if you want to support St. Jude, you can go to stjude.org/Supercross, or you can text SUPER to 785-833. Support, get the shirt, look good like Jim and myself, and Ryan again.
I'm gonna get my shirt.
All
Well,
right,
it's
yeah, where's
underneath
your,
there, but
yeah.
you can't zip it down.
And
I
Ryan,
got it
my
underneath
shirt.
there.
again, I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you for everything you do for the sport of Supercross, and thank you for your commitment to St. Jude. And again, the partnership is great, and we just can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
We'll be back more. Henry Miller joins us next on Race Day Live.